Chapter 637. As soon as they heard his order, a few bodyguards quickly rushed forward before they grabbed the man and started punching and kicking him. An old lady in her 60s who was standing next to the man started crying and shouting when she saw those men beating her son up. "I beg you, please stop beating him up already. We will just leave, we will leave now, okay?" The leader of the bodyguards said, "What the hell? You should have just done so from the very beginning." Then, the leader kicked the middle-aged man aside as he took out $2,000 and threw it on the man's face before he cursed, "Get out of here now." The old lady continued crying as she used all of her strength and effort to help her son to stand. The people who were gathered outside the Serene World Clinic were all very angry when they witnessed this scene. However, since they saw that the other party was already driving so many luxury cars with so many bodyguards with them, they knew that they could not afford to provoke them. Therefore, they could only keep silent as they swallowed their anger. At this time, a few other bodyguards stepped forward before they handed $2,000 out to each person who was standing in line before they said, "Get lost." Some of the people quickly took the money before they ran away immediately. However, some people had more dignity and were unwilling to take the money. Instead, they simply turned around and left because they knew that they could not afford to offend them. At this time, one of the staff working at the Serene World Clinic rushed out when he heard the noise and commotion outside. As soon as he witnessed the scene, he quickly asked, "What do you think you are doing? Why are you beating people up?" "Why am I beating him?" the leader of the bodyguards asked as he frowned. "We are from the Whale family in Sudbury, and if anyone does not know their place, we will have no choice but to teach them a lesson to put them in their rightful place." After he was done speaking, he glanced at the people who were still standing outside the Serene World Clinic before cursing and saying, "Why are you still here? Why don't you hurry up and leave already? Are you itching for a beating? Dr. Billy is not seeing any other patients today. You'd better leave now while I am still giving you face." The staff replied indignantly, "Don't you think that you are being too much? Do you know the rules at the Serene World Clinic? If you want to receive medical treatment from Dr. Billy, you will have to queue up just like everyone else." At this time, Edward replied coldly, "Those rules were administered by the genius doctor for these poor people, but those rules do not apply to the Whale family. In the South region, whatever the Whale family says is the rule. These people must leave this place today because they are not worthy enough to appear at the same time and place as the Whale family." "You!" The staff was very furious at this point. After that, he blurted out, "How can you be so unreasonable and domineering?" Edward replied icily, "Young man, who gave you the right to talk to a member of the Whale family in this manner? Are you tired of living?" The staff simply replied in a humble and determined manner, "The Serene World Clinic is a place for the genius doctor to cure diseases and save the lives of his patients. Therefore, everyone who comes here will have to abide by the rules set by the genius doctor, Dr. Billy." "Rules set by the genius doctor," Edward snorted before he said, "Even the genius doctor will have to obey the rules set by the Whale family. If you don't believe me, you can ask the genius doctor to come out right now and you can see for yourself then." In truth, Edward was deliberately acting as arrogant as he possibly could because he felt that it would be best if Paisel refused to see the Whale family due to his arrogance and attitude. In that case, Paisel would surely refuse to treat his younger brother. In short, he was simply trying to prevent Paisel from treating his brother because he did not want his younger brother to be cured of his strange illness. Fury had not spoken a word after giving his bodyguards the instruction to pay the people off. He had not said anything when the bodyguards stepped forward to drive the people away either. This was because he felt that this was the Whale family's usual style of getting things done. Whenever the Whale family went out in public, they would never allow any ordinary people to be close to them or to be anywhere near them at all. Even if the Whale family were to visit a store or shop, their bodyguards would always clear and chase all the other guests out of the shops so that the Whale family members could stroll and walk around in the shop freely. They had already long been accustomed to enjoying this kind of privilege and special treatment. Therefore, even when they came to see Paisel today, they did not want to be associated or in line with all these ordinary people. However, at this time, Fury could not help but feel that Edward's attitude was a little out of hand. He felt that Edward could target and attack all these ordinary people, but he should not be targeting Paisel at all.